We have here the brand new Pixel 8 Pro along with the brand new iPhone 15 Pro Max, two of the most newest and the recent flagship releases in the tech world. While Apple has delivered some insane new features with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but Google on the other hand has done some really clever upgrades. The Pixel 8 Pro that you don't see with any smartphone in the market. This is indeed the true clash of titans, which is Android versus iOS. This is Saf here and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't done, please do make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So without testing your patience further, let's get started. Let's start by looking at the build and the design. I think both are really good looking phones. As far as design is concerned, both of them are quite incremental. We have this wiser design from the Pixel for the past few generations, and the iPhone has also had this camera ring design for a few years as well. There are some subtle tweaks to the design, but they do look very familiar to the previous generations. The iPhone comes in 4 colors, the black, white, blue, and the new variant, which is the natural titanium color this year. Whereas the Pixel does come with 3 colors, the vibrant bay blue. It also has got the obsidian as well as the porcelain, and both devices do have satin matte finish on the back glass, which I really do like. The past generation the Pixel have had a glossy black finish, which I personally am not a huge fan of due to that being a fingerprint magnet. Yuck. Now which design you like better will of course come down to your personal preference. Let me know in the comments below which one would you prefer. Now moving on, both devices are also very premium. We got the Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the Pixel and we got the ceramic shield on the iPhone, a polished aluminum frame on the Pixel, but a more premium titanium band with 100% recycled aluminum, resulting in an iPhone 15 Pro Max that feels noticeably lighter than before. Now, this is the first time we got the titanium on an iPhone, and I do prefer the brushed metal finish on the titanium frame, personally, compared to the glossy frame on the Pixel. I would say overall it is more comfortable device to use because you also have these curved edges on the back, which I really do like. And not to forget, finally the USB Type-C port is here on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is definitely a welcome update as all Android flagships these days have them. So finally we can just carry one charger which we can charge both the iPhone and the Android phones. Now let's talk about the displays. Both the phones come with a 6.7 inches of OLED display. Although both devices are quite similar in size, the Pixel is slightly more taller. iPhone has a flatter screen display, whereas the Pixel has reduced its curve compared to the last iteration of the Pixel 7 Pro. However, watching content on both these devices are an absolute treat. They give out punchy, vibrant colors. Whether you're watching movies or content on YouTube, etc., you certainly won't be disappointed in either of the phones. Both these phones have some of the best displays in the market. Both the phones have 120 Hz of refresh rate, which can go all the way down to just 1 Hz because they both are using the LTPO technology. Now this year, Pixel does have some advantages. This year, Pixel has a higher peak brightness. It goes all the way up to 2400 nits outdoors. Now this makes it one of the brightest displays in the market, but that's not to say that the iPhone isn't bright. The Pixel just has a slight edge over here. Now let's look at the bezels. Both have small symmetrical bezels. However, I think the iPhone might just have a slightly smaller bezels when compared to the Pixels. The Pixel 8 Pro has a center punch hole on the front. iPhone has the controversial or gimmicky dynamic island, which some like and some hate. I personally like it as it's got its own case scenarios. And the iPhone has the face unlock and fingerprint sensor, which I feel is same as last year's Pixel 7 Pro. There's no change there. It's not bad, but it could have been better, as sometimes it's slow to respond when you compare it to its Android competitor like the Samsung S23 Ultra's ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensors, which are definitely faster. iPhone has, as usual, the tried and the tested Face ID, which works absolutely fine. Now talking about the performance, before we do that, just a quick reminder reminder, if you are still enjoying this video so far and you want to see more content like this, then please do consider subscribing and hit that bell icon. Now, moving on, iPhone have been winning the battle for a few years as far as the performance is concerned. This year too, the A17 Pro chip, which Apple states is a major step forward in the iPhone performance, is about 10% increase in CPU performance and up to 20% increase in GPU performance. On the other hand, the Pixel 8 Pro comes with the latest chipset, which is the Tensor G3 chipset, which is faster than its previous iteration. Well, if you are a Geekbench score person, you will notice that Apple chipset is a much more superior than Google. But hey, Google is not here to win the awards for that one. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you feel Geekbench scores really matter. However, in day-to-day usage, I haven't seen any difference using both. Both are nifty, fast and buttery smooth in day-to-day operations. The software makes the user experience just much better. Both the phones are brilliant in their own way and gives its users a unique experience. In terms of software support, Google is offering 7 years of support, which is definitely a welcome addition. However, Apple also offers a 5-year support, but it's not as much as what Google offers here. Well, when we talk about the ecosystem, iPhone has a better ecosystem than the Google. Whether you are in the market looking to find a third-party accessory, whether it is in the form of cases or screen protectors, Apple gives you much more choices. Like for example, what we have here, the Pitaka cases, they are absolutely a brilliant fit. The carbon fiber slim fit, which I always like, and they also come with the MagSafe charging, which makes it very good. You should definitely check that out. And as far as the watches are concerned, Apple Watch Ultra, well, in my opinion, the best smartphone in the market, works absolutely brilliant with the iPhone. Whereas with the Pixel, you get a lot more choices when it comes to the smartwatches, as it has got the Wear OS, which is absolutely brilliant as well. Now let's go ahead and talk about the best features in both these phones. Yes, I'm definitely talking about their cameras. This is where, in my opinion, Pixel typically shines. I mean, the Google's AI wizardry here takes it to the entirely next level. What we have here is a quad camera setup. It's got a 50 megapixel of main camera, 14 megapixel of ultra wide, and a telephoto lens with a 5 times optical zoom. Apple this year has made the biggest change to its camera. Again, they have got a 48 megapixel of main camera, 12 megapixel of ultra wide, and a telephoto lens. And first time ever, iPhones have got a 5 times optical zoom. Yes, 5 times optical zoom. I am a sucker when it comes to optical zoom. 5 times optical zoom is definitely something which I absolutely love in both these phones. I'm definitely not an expert photographer. I'm just an average Joe who just wants to take the phone, just do a point and shoot, and both these are extremely good in the default settings, as they do a very good post-processing. Here are some of the samples taken from talk about the speakers. We have stereo speakers on both these devices, one in the earpiece and one at the bottom pairing. Both actually sound really good to me. Here is a sample. Attention to the bezels and the borders of this iPhone. They are the thinnest ones Apple has ever put on an iPhone, and they actually were able to keep the same display size. Apple also made changes to the repairability of the bezels and the borders of this iPhone. They are the thinnest ones Apple has ever put on an iPhone, and they actually were able to keep the same display size. Apple also made changes to the repairable. Well, after listening to both, I would give the edge to the iPhone, which I feel is slightly louder and a fuller speakers, but that does not mean that the Pixel has a bad speaker by any and embrace innovations. Thank you.